All right. So in previous session, we had done discussion about that different like the application. What is the application we have, and also we had a discussion about what is the way to define the application, how the application is going to be identified by the Palo Alto firewall, and also we try to block the application. We try to allow the application. We try to understand the behavior of the application. So today we are going to continue that only. And after continuing, we are going to understand how the application group and how the application filter is going to come in a picture. Okay. So let me see what is my firewall IP address. So it's a 93. So let me just log into the firewall. HTTPS 192 and this is going to be 93. So let me see the username and the password. So the next concept which we have to understand is what is the application group and what is the application filtering. Okay. And based on that, we'll try to simulate our labs also how this application group and application filtering is going to be configured in the Palo Alto firewall. All right. So if I see in my PPT, like in the sections which have done discussion already. So in this discussion, like we talk about that application ID overview. So now we have to understand what is the application group and how the application filter is going to be configured and what is the use case is going to be happen for the Palo Alto firewall. So as you guys remember, right, in the session, we had a discussion when we try to configure any applications, we have to define all the application manually the policy for the, you can see the Facebook, allow the Facebook application, and you can see this is how the policy is going to be look like. So if let's say suppose you have similar YouTube need to define, you have to WhatsApp need to define, you have to other application, Instagram, you have to define some other application, might be the Teams Microsoft application or some gaming application. So probably the policy length is going to be very long. So you can see the number of application you have to keep adding. Might be it's 100, it's thousands, right? Because we have the more than around 3,000 application available, right? On the Applipedia dot, PaloNetwork.com. So to user point of view, if you're going to think about that, these applications are basically not going to look very nice when you talk about that overall management point of view, right? So how we are going to manage the things while creating the policy nicely by doing the right application policy configuration. Okay, so that we have to understand. So let's say suppose there is one requirement, you have to block the application. Let's suppose you have to block the application and might be the application you need to block is similar to the all social media application. Okay, let me use some small pen. So let's have the requirement we have to block the social media application. Guys, am I audible? Hello, hello.
Yes, sir. We are able to hear
Yes,
you.
sir.
So
We
till
are.
where you hear me? I believe I lost the connectivity in between.
Yeah, it was mute for a few seconds, but it's back right now.
Okay, it mute for the first few seconds. Okay, all right. Let me see what happened. So let me see if my screen is visible again. Is it visible now again? My screen is visible to everyone?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
visible. Sorry,
I
yes.
don't know, something happened and network got disconnected. So I was talking about how the application is going to be look like and how the application filtering and group is going to come in a picture. So I was talking, I don't know till what level you guys listen to me. Like,
Recording,
So,
sir. Recording is on.
oh, that's also a really nice thing. I believe I forgot to start the recording. Okay, now the recording is on as well.
And sir, this meeting is populating on YouTube because
Yeah, yeah,
I'm able to see at the top.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like promotion, like I just make it live for timing. Okay, might be it will stop after some time.
Okay.
So, like application group and application filtering is two thing. By using this application group and application filtering, we can like just maintain the nicely our policy configuration. The user workload is going to minimize, and how it is going to happen in current scenario. If I am going to show you the current configuration, if I want to show you the current configuration of the policy, you can see these applications we have to define here. So this application you have to define one by one for the multiple application, and this is going to be very long. So let's suppose you have to allow the 100 of the application. This is going to be very bulky for you. So it is very troublesome to manage those policies and everything. But what if I go in the object and I am going to say that I want to block all the social media website. So probably what I have to do, I have a one-time effort. I can go and create the application group here. And simply I can go here and create block uh, social networking websites. So simply you just have to add those, might be the one of the Facebook. I'm just giving the examples. So Facebook have a lot of application. I'm just going to block the Facebook. The another application might be I can just go here and find out the Instagram. So this is going to be Instagram. The another application might be I can go, let's suppose I'm just using the WhatsApp. So WhatsApp, I want to just block the YouTube as well. Right, so I can block the YouTube. Any applications, YouTube again have the Twitter might be the known as the X. Let me see if it's showing here. Hmm. Just X. Or let me we how we write it? Twitter. What is the spelling? TWE Twitter. What did it start? TWE or TI? Yeah,
Twitter.
yeah, Twitter. So these are the different applications. Similarly, you can add any applications. Let's suppose I'm going to add multiple applications just for your understanding. So these all are going to be part of this application group. Let me add it.
Is there any another possible way we will write directly social media and all the social media websites are coming?
Yeah, we have the way. We have the way. I'm coming on that particular session. Just give me
Okay.
1 second. Let me first stop the unnecessary load. Why this is creating problem? Just allow me 1 minute. We have the wave filtering. By using the wave filtering, we can use. So we'll discuss this also today only. So by using those concepts, even we can block the things. Let me fix this one why it's slow here. But for timing, let's suppose I just click it. So this group is going to be created. So if this group is going to be created, what I have to do that if any policy, if I'm going to create by going on that particular policy, I just simply have to use this particular application group, and this is going to solve my purpose. Means I don't have to do any much effort here, and simply I can use that, and it is going to block all the application which is related to the social media. But this is something a static one. You just have to do always manually. You don't have to any dynamic possibility here. So this is not a good idea. So what is a good idea? We'll discuss that idea as well. So for timing in application group, any application you want to allow, you want to disallow, just have to create allow or block list. So you want to block. just go in the policy again here. In this policy, let's suppose I'm in there trust to untrust. So simply I go there. So instead of just going and writing these all things, I simply remove. So this is looks bulky. I just simply go and find the application group here. So I'll just search block. So in application group C, the block social networking is showing here. Simply I call it, and now I just go and deny the things. Once I deny the things, this policy is going to be created without any issue. So now this my policy has been created, and now see how nicely look my policy. It's not like taking my entire Windows space. Else one policy is going to take entire Windows space. And one more also very important thing. Let's say suppose trust to untrust. I have to block this social networking site. So I just have to call the group. But let's say suppose DMG to untrust again, I have to do that. And I don't have the application group available. So what I have to do again, I have in the policy insights. Like what I have to do, I have to go here. I have to just search first Facebook. So I'll just search here Facebook. I will just go here and search for WhatsApp. Okay. And I just go here and search for the Twitter. So Twitter, I have to search here the Instagram. So the more zone you have, means whatever zone you have, Instagram. So the more zone you have, you just have to, similarly, you just have to add YouTube and whatever you want to add. So this is your manual effort. So every time you just have to go and type and see how this policy is going to look like. This policy is going to take a lot of space, right? This is not a good idea. So you have to manually type and all. Instead of this, already I created this application group. So simply I go here and simply I go in the application. I just remove this all, not required. I'm not interested to put it. I'll just simply go here and find the block. Simply once I'll find the block, that is going to show my the application group name in the group section, and I'll simply going to use that, and it is going to solve my all purpose. Okay, so it is taking a little bit time. Let me make this off. Make this off. Give me 1 minute. There's some issue in the lab, so I'm trying to fix, I believe. Let's see. This is not responding. So let me go here again, and this is my DMG policy. Try to search it again. I'll delete this all. And after deleting, I'll just go and try to find the block application. Okay, so now it's good. So I'll search here block, and it is going to show me the social networking block application, and this has been done. So by doing this, I can block my all social networking site from trust to untrust. Just have to put the deny. So it's a pretty simple. So next time, let's suppose I have any other social networking site which I want to block, any kind of the website. Let's suppose custom URL you want to create, you want to block and allow, that is also. So you don't have to do any changes in this policy section. You don't have to do any changes in this policy sample. Simply you have to go on the object section. By going in the object section, what you have to do, you just have to add the new application. Let's suppose I want to add a new application to block. Might be anything I can take. Let's suppose I can take which application? Snapchat is there. Yeah, Snapchat is there. So I want to block Snapchat as well. So I simply click Snapchat. So they see Snapchat is here available. Now, if I go in the policy, this Snapchat is also going to be blocked automatically. Just go and see here. So if I go here and if I just see the values, you see Snapchat automatically added here. So this is the beauty of the application group. One-time effort is going to be applied, but this one-time effort is going to save you a lot of effort in terms of the creating the policy and all. Okay, any question guys for the application group? Why it is required and what is the fundamental use case for this application group? Anyone have any doubt, any questions? Please ask me. If not, like we have the another concept is the application filter. So application group is basically static one. Basically, you have to always create your list. Based on your list, if application is going to be added, new application social media is going to be created. So again, you have to go add. If some application has been removed and you want to remove that, then again, you have to go in the application group, you have to remove that. So you always have to keep tracking, keep monitoring, keep updating the list, might be by doing the audit and everything. But there is a way, even you don't want to do statically to just configure and maintain the application group and application filtering. You want to be dynamic for the certain application. Like suppose there are a lot of music application available. There are a lot of social networking sites application are available. There are a lot of gaming application are available. And you want basically, you want to just allow or block. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm getting one call. Hello. It's a spam call. So if you want to allow or block those kind of the any application which is going to be either available or which is going to be in future generated or created in your application, that is also possible by using the application filtering. Okay. So how it is going to be happen? Let me show you the use case so you can understand. Let's suppose I'm in this particular firewall. I'm going in the object. Here is the application filtering. So in this application filter, we don't have anything right now. So let's suppose I want this user should not have the any access of the any gaming site, any like what I can say music site. And even let's suppose today I have the 100 music sites and tomorrow I have the 5 more musics. So still I want to block. Is it possible? The answer is yes, it is possible and we can do that. How? By using the application filtering. It's a dynamic in nature. You don't have to worry about it's going away from your application list or adding again in the application list. Something new is going to be created in regard of the any situation. It is going to help you to just dynamically protect your network or allow the application, disallow any application. So if I go in the Palo Alto Firewalls and if I'm going in the application filtering, simply I'm clicking the application filter tab. Here I can just put any kind of application. I want to block email. I want to block like the any kind of the you see email have the gamings, audio streaming, like media, we have this gaming and audio streaming, photo videos. So let's suppose I want my company employee should not access any gaming websites, any audio streaming, like they might be working in the shift. They are going in the Amazon Music, they are going in the YouTube Music, they are going in the Wank Music, they are going to Spotify Music, and they're listening the music in the laptop by using the headset. So I want my office network should not have the access any kind of the audio streaming. So right now they are recognizing total 54 of the application. You can see here, and these are the well-known application. If you just scroll down, see Amazon Music are also there. See. Similarly, you're going to find YouTube Music, you are going to find the Spotify, a lot of application you are going to find. So across the world, whatever the music application are there, Palo Alto, based on their database, they just integrated those application in their database. So if anyone are going to access this all application, they might be allowed, they might be blocked. So how it is going to happen? Let's suppose I want to block all the application, block music, right? From office. Let's suppose this is what I want to do. So simply it's a 54 application. So simply all 54 is going to block. How it is going to block? I simply selected the media audio streaming. So every audio streaming is going to be blocked, but it's just application filter I'm creating. Now this application filter I can use in my policy. How it is going to happen? I have to go in my policy. After going in my policy, just let's suppose from untrust to trust, I want to block all the So like with social media, I want to block all the music. So if I don't have the filter, I have to find the all 54 application and I have to create the like the application group. If we don't have this application filter feature available, so it's like again you have to do 54 entries, and based on that 54 entries you have to create a group and then you can call them by using the application group. That is doable, but the effort is going to be very high. One more problem. Let's suppose today you created for the 54 application and tomorrow one more application, music application is added. Then again you have to add it there. So that again is the static in nature. It's not dynamic. But if I'm going to use this application filter, you can see that how it is going to be happen. So I simply go here, I go in the application, simply I can go here and search again. Let's see. Once it is going to show me. So I'll just search here block. So you just have to search the name actually. And now you can see in the application group, we have the social media networking. Here you have to block all music from the office. Simply I click it. After clicking, I click the OK. So now my all application has been blocked, right? Because it's a denier. So this all application has been called. Similarly, I can trust to DMG to untrust if I want to go, and simply I go here. And again, I can just, if you want to search it here, you can do that, or might be just go down. You just scroll it down very last, and you are going to not in last. Let me see. There should be application group as well. It's application. Let me click it here. So basically you just have to put here, either let me put application filter, it is going to show here. No, you just have to find the name of the particular, whatever the filtering you apply, because it's not showing. Earlier it was showing, but so see, this is the application group, might be we missing something. So this is going to show the application filter. I just simply go and find it. Either way, just searching method. It's not going to make any, and you see all the dependent application on this particular media. You just scroll down. These are going to show the all the 51 application. Simply click OK. Now it's done. So by doing that, you just have to commit all the application is going to be block. Simple. We understand in the previous class how the block and allow is going to work. So blocking is the very easy way. Even you want to allow, so you just have to take care. You just have to do the reverse engineering based on the different application. In this scenario, you just have to allow all the application, and instead of that, allowing all the application, you have also take care about the DNS. So once you allow the DNS and all, it is going to work and it is going to solve your all problem. Okay. But let's say suppose now in current scenario, we just allow, deny the application that is for the music applications. But let's say suppose tomorrow I have one more application. Let's suppose I created one more application. So that is right now it's a 54 application. But if I go and create one more application, then it is going to be 55 application. So you can see, let me show you that also. So right now it's a 54 application. So let me go and create my one custom application. Let's suppose I have to create my own application. So I have to go here and I will just go in the add section. After going in the add section, I can just put the name as the GoInit music. Okay. So I'm creating, let's suppose this is not available in the Palo database, but still you want to create your custom application based, if you have the right knowledge to create the custom application, you can create that. If you not have the right knowledge, you can take the professional service from directly from the Palo Alto. They will charge you, and for you, they are going to create the custom signature. If you want, they will put in their database, they can do also, or they can put in your all Palo Alto only or Panorama only. So the custom application creating is very easy. Just designing the signature is very difficult, because the signature of the application is only can be understand or can be defined by the server owner, application owner, who have the application level knowledge. Okay. It's not your job, but at least for the lab point of view, I'll show you how even the application signature is going to be created, because I have some use cases, I have some documentations. So we can refer in the later stage in the content ID section, and we will do that. But for time being, you see that I'm just creating a very simple application, that is a GoInit music app. I can just define the any name here, like the app category, I can just put which categories. Definitely it's going to the media category. Subcategory, it is going in the audio streaming, right? And technology, might be I can use any browser base. It's application parents app. I don't have any parents app. Risk, you can define what is the risk associated with this particular app. Or this particular application. So there is no risk, risk one. Advantage, on which port this is going to work. So simply I can just go and say, this is going to work on TCP port 443. So this is going to be created here, and there is no protocol. I'll leave it. Signature, I'll leave it default. I'm not going to it because I'm just want to show you how, if I'm going to create any application, what is going to happen. So you can see this is their new GivenIt music app has been created, and this category is the audio streaming. This category is media, subcategory is audio streaming, and this is the risk one, and this is the standard port. This is a TCP 443 application is going to work. So different port, we having a different kind of definitions. So this port is going to work on the TCP port 443. So now one more application has been added in this application category. So what next? So the next is, if I go in the application filter again. So earlier I was having the 54 application, but because we just created the one of the new application, now it's become the 55 application. And you don't have to do anything. Simply just have to commit after creating the application. Rest of this application is automatically going to block in the firewall. You don't have to do anything here. Why? Just you created here, just go in the policy. After going in the policy, if you see here in the policy, this application is going to show you by default, nothing you have to do that. So music, so right now it's not showing the dependent application, but if you just probably here also we cannot see the, yeah, here you can see audio streaming application filter. So this is not going to show the entire list here, but you can definitely go and check the entire list by the application filter. So 55 application automatically going to block. So this is the beauty of the application filter. Any question guys regarding the application filter and application group? Tell me how it is going to be useful for you. Srijan, you want to ask something?
Sir, out of out of 55, can we deselect some application in
See,
application filter?
this
Because
application filter, yeah, that's a good question, Amit. So if I want to, let's suppose there are a lot of application, I want to allow some specific application, right? So if you are
yeah,
going
correct.
to use this application filter, it's a dynamic in nature. It is going to allow set up the application globally. Okay. If you want to allow either whole streaming media, that is going to allow the whole streaming media. If you want to allow the less streaming media, that is also going to allow. But if you want to bypass any application, that is doable. Let's suppose out of 55 application, you want to allow some application, okay? Even it's in the application filtering. So we have the feature, that is a third feature, that is known as that's really good question. And I was about to cover this application, and this is known as the override, application override. So if I go in the packet flow again, let me show you, we have to conclude the packet flow as well. So where is my drive? Let me go here, packet flow. So you can see here, we have the application identification section. In this application identification section, we have this.
Your screen is stuck in somewhere because we are not able to see the screen that is stuck. Yeah, now it's
What about others, guys? Please tell me. Ashutosh, Sajay, is stucking or
It's
Also
good
not
for
stugging,
me.
it is lagging.
Yeah,
Lagging.
lagging. Yes.
lagging?
So I think,
Lagging.
yeah, I think in Mac it is not processed properly.
Let me see why it's lagging. Google.com. Sorry. This one is not going to work. Latency. Okay, next time if it is going to lag, please let me know. Okay. Now is it visible now? Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Might be there is some internet issue. Let me see. Okay, so I was talking about the application group and application filtering, and now Amit asked a very good question. Let's suppose I want to even block all the applications by using the application filter, but I want to allow certain application. This is the one use case. Even I have the application group as well, that is dynamic in nature, but still I want to allow certain application, even that is part of the group. Is it doable? The answer is yes, we have the option. By leveraging those options, we can do that. That option is known as application override policy match. So what does mean application override policy? Application override policy is a feature in the Palo Alto Firewall. If you're going to use that particular feature, it is not going to check your particular applications. Means the application you are going to put in the application override, so they are not going to check whether this application is allowed or it's a block. Simply they are bypass the checking the packet application. So you have the packet, you have the layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, and content, right? And application. Everything is there, but everything they are going to check that, but the application is not going to be checked. Okay, clear? So let's say suppose in my scenario, what I'm going to do that in my scenario, let's suppose this is my lab topology, this is my user. This user, I'm saying that all the application should be blocked. Which application? The music application should be blocked. Let me write it here. So the use case, all music application should be blocked. This is my use case, right? But at the same time, I'm saying that the application, which is the GUINet application, let me put it here. The application, which is the GUINet application, we create in the music, GUINet music app should be allowed. So, or might be should not be blocked. It could be any kind of the use case. So how it is possible? Now I just block all the application, but I want out of those application, one application, two application should be allowed. For that, we can use the application override policy. And in that policy, you just have to go here. You can see we don't have anything application override. You just have to go in the policy because the application override policy. Here's the application override policy. So you just have to create the policy. Let's suppose I just going to create the policy and I put it here. Application override policy. You can put in the description as well. Source from where it is coming. Let's suppose it's coming from trust zone. Any source address could be 172.16.10.0/24. Destination, it is going to untrust, right? Destination address could be any. Now it's coming to the application and protocol, right? So basically we know that it's a TCP based application. So I can go and define the port 33443. And what is my application that we want to log or allow? This is my. So once we create this application override policy, see. So in that case, what is going to happen? This is going to take precedence over this security policy. Means any packet is coming for that particular policy, means particular that application that is never going to block by the firewall, or that application either allow or block, it's never going to check by the policy. Simply override means you just have to not do any inspection for the application. This is a simple thing we can do, and this is known as the application override policy. Amit, you got your answer?
Yes, sir, I got. But here, one of the question I came that I need to understand. There is application of a write policy, and one more was the policy where all the group was defined, in which 55 application was covered, right? So which one will be test first, our write first, or the group policy which is
Group
covering
policy, just
55
group policy, the group policy we created here, it's not a policy. It's just a
Mhm.
criteria, like matching criteria. Okay.
Correct,
This we just creating the matching criteria. We even
Mhm.
create the multiple group filter and group application group and application filter. Unless we are
Mhm.
going to call in the policy, it is not going to come in effect. So just it's a matching criteria. Based on this matching criteria, you have to call them in the your application policy, then it is going to help you. So first thing, this is just one of the matching criteria we are creating. Once we are creating the matching criteria, we have to call them in the security policy. Okay, Amit?
Correct,
Once we
correct,
call
correct,
the security policy, then security policy will check those application to block those application because it's a blocking. But
correct.
we created the application override policy, so we are saying,
Mhm.
hey, stop. You don't have to check care about this particular section, because I'm saying you have to bypass them. That's all. Means you can think about this way. There are multiple type of the people are traveling on the airport to take a flight, right? So if you
Correct,
are the ordinary person, might be your whole body is going to be scanned, right? Every part of the body is going to be scanned, your luggage is going to be scanned. But at the same time, Prime Minister is traveling. Just I'm giving the example. That might be the weird example, but just I'm giving the example. Just take it lightly. The Prime Minister is traveling, so he might have some kind of the bypass rule, special privileges, right? All
Mhm.
normal people are going to be inspected fully by the airport security, but Prime Minister might be bypassed because he have the special tag, right? Special kind of the protocol. So might be his luggage is going to be inspected, his other things are going to be inspected, but his body is going to be passed. So just think about his body acting as the one of the special, like the VIP treatment. Similar is here, like entire packet. We have like the very big packet here. In this packet, we have the source IP, we have the destination IP, we have the lot of things are here. But everything is going to be inspected in the packet. Sorry. So this is my packet. So this is my one packet. This is my second, third, fourth. There a little bit. Okay. So might be we have the layer 2, we have the layer 3, we have the layer 4, we have the layer 7, some other information, and then we have the data. So this is going to inspect it, this is going to inspect it, this is going to inspect it. But due to the application override policy, this policy is going to be there. Because of this nature, this is going to be bypassed. This is never going to be checked. And then packet is going to be processed. Got it, Amit? Or I still have the
Yeah,
question?
yeah.
Anyone other have
Yes.
the question regarding this particular application group, application filtering, and application override policy? Or everyone got it? Okay, so now we understand it. Let me stop this recording. Okay, so stop this recording. Let me record it again. So we understand about the packet, how the packet is going to be have in the application. I'll summarize the packet flow one more time. Let me first start with some content, then I'll summarize that entire packet flow again. Now we have the very important thing, that is the content ID. Content ID is also very powerful, like the inspection that has been done by the Palo Alto Firewall. And content is one of the most dangerous thing to just get any kind of the virus in your network, any kind of the vulnerability in the network. They invite people to understand my network. They use the content to come inside some by phishing email, by malicious content, by malware, sophisticated attack, ransomware attack. That is again part of the vulnerability and all. So content should be also protected throughout the all communication which is going to happen through the firewall. Okay. So how it is going to be happen? So as I draw this packet having the lot of information, right? Let me see this packet having a lot of information, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer 7. But the last one is the very important, that is the content. And this content are going to carry lot of informations. So like your Excel file, your emails, anything you are chatting, that is also part of the content. Anything you are just downloading, uploading from the internet, that is also a part of the content. So how my firewall is going to protect those kind of things? So if I go again and check the packets, like let me go here. And if I check here that packet flow, where it is, yeah, there's a packet flow. So you can see the content inspection. So in the application identification, we understand application is going to move to do the spatial kind of the checks in the application identification. If your application is going to be identified based on the identifications, they are going to apply the policy. Either the policy should be allow or should be deny, then the action, as per the action, they are going to be apply here, right? If the policy is not there in the predefined database of the Palo Alto Firewall, then your custom signature are going to come, means your pattern-based inspection is going to be happen. That is with the help of the sandbox, zero-day attack, the signature is going to firewall. They have the also AI and the machine learning. Based on that, they are going to check that. So that is your pattern-based application identification. The third thing, if you willing to bypass the application, do not inspect by the firewall, then you have to create the application override policy. Okay. The fourth thing, if you willing to create your own application, that is also possible, which we did few minutes back. If I want to create any of the application, so simply I have to go here and see my application has been created. I just went in the custom and see, I just created my one of the application. That was my custom application. So that is also possible. I can create my custom application. So based on that all criteria, right? Based on that all criteria, the application is going to be inspected. And if override policy is going to match, answer is yes, then security policy lookup is going to be checked. The application override policy always going to check first, then security policy. Security policy is going to come, and by using that security policy, your application is going to bypass or might be the checked. If everything is good from the application, that packet is going to be processed for the content inspection. If not, the packet is going to drop here itself. Okay. So this is the summary which I believe we discussed in the last class. I need to explain. So till here we understand this block, we understand, right? Ajay, especially I want to ask you, this is clear? This block till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have the after application, we have the content inspection setup. This is always going to happen post application. And this is the last thing in the packet. Okay. So in the packet, we have the content. Like as I mentioned that we have the Excel file, we have any kind of the PPT, we have any kind of PDF, any attachment, any upload, any download, any chat. Everything must be checked by the firewall. Everything must be checked by the firewall. If anything is like not aligned with your company policy, company compliances, that is going to drop by the Palo Alto firewall. Okay. So this is one dedicated engine we have, and they are going to protocol parsing, and they are going to do decoding, content matching, tunneled application detections, and also at the same time, they are going to check any application is changed after content inspection. Let's suppose, as I mentioned in the application section, we can allow the Facebook, but I want to block the Facebook chat. We can allow the Facebook, but I want to block the Facebook chat. So earlier, based on the application of Facebook is allowed, but after inspecting the content, they come to know Facebook chat has been you while doing the Facebook page browsing, you change your application from Facebook, might be the browsing to chat. that is technically not allowed in your system. So that should be blocked. So then content is going to come in a picture, and based on that, they're going to take some actions. So how it is going to happen? So if I go in the policy section, again, if I go in the policy section, in this policy section, if you see here, like we are doing the layer 3, layer 4, layer 4 application, layer 7 inspection here without any problem. But there is no option available here to do the content inspection. So how you can enable the content inspections? You cannot see the content inspection in this policy. To see the content inspection, probably you have to go in this policy, you have to go in the action. And here is a special tab that is known as the profile. This profile is going to help you to enable the content filtering. So if you just go here and click that, there is two things. One is the profile, one is the group, one is none. So none is, there is nothing is going to be configured to just verify the content. So right now in this policy, we are not doing the content inspections. Okay, because it's a none. But once I go and enable the profile, so I have the option what type of content I want to inspect. It's the antivirus content, it's the vulnerability protection content, it's the anti-spyware content, right? Any URL based filtering, any file blocking, any data filtering, means data leak, any kind of the wildfire analysis. So we have to understand, we have to do step by step every testing in our lab scenario. Okay. So this is the profile. So what is the problem of the profile? If you're going to use this profile, so what is going to be happen? If you have the 100 of policy, in 100 of the policy, you have to apply the same kind of the content inspection. You have to always go and enable this profile and you have to fill this value. Okay, every value you have to fill that. But if you create the group, so this is the static, profile is the static. If you are going and create one of the group, then group is going to be dynamic. Once you create the group, it is similar to the profile. So let's suppose I am creating the my content inspections group. Okay. So this is going to be created and I can just simply here, I'm just putting a default for time being. That puts up everything default. So default, it is also going to be default. It is also going to be basic data filtering. We don't have any data filtering for timing. Data filtering, we have to get the custom data pattern default. So this group has been created. So I simply go and select the group and I can just create it. If I go in the second policy again, and once I have the group created, so simply I just go here and I can just go, if I go profile again, so I have to put every value manually. So again, a problem and I have the double work here. But if I go in the group, I just simply go here, the group, I can just go here and the content inspection and simply click OK. So whatever the profile I have, simply I go and simply I can create this all stuff by using the group. So you understand what does mean group and the profile? Everyone understand at least? Put your hands up.
Yes, I understood the profile group.
Yes.
Yeah, understood, sir.
Muthu, Saran, Rahul, Srijan, you guys understand? Astos? Yeah, Srijan understand?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Okay, that's good. So now we can create either of things, right? I can go and create the profile or I can create the group. So let me just revert this configuration. I don't want to use the group for timing because we are doing the lab, but in production, you always recommended to use the groups. Okay. So let me, because we are going to do a step-by-step testing. Okay. So the first testing, what I am going to do that, let me just make this policy first without application because we are doing the content inspection, the allow things. Okay. So everything is allowed now. Let me commit first. And let me commit here. Just wait for a while. Once it is going to come.
Yeah. So sorry, sir. Sir, can you get the packet flow once again to diagram that one?
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. after L2 and L3 forwarding, SSL proxy and decrypt the packet if applicable. If this is for the application signature identification, at that time it doesn't require to be SSL and decrypt the packet. I'm right?
This is for the next topic. After this, we have this
Okay,
SSL decryption. Okay.
okay,
So if your packet is SSL decrypted packet, means your packet is not the plain text packet, then this is going to come in a picture.
okay.
So
I'm assuming that this is the port 80 traffic, which is not
yes, for
encrypted
time
by.
being, you assume everything in port 80. I'll come. This all
Okay,
testing we are going to do in the content, that's a port 80, not 443. If you want to
okay,
do
okay,
443, then we also do that, but for that we have to enable additional things, that is a SSL decryption. So this is the next topic, but let's do first thing based on the
port
4,
80.
port 80. Sorry.
Yeah, session app were identified. No, then it will go to the app override policy. It verify it's have a application override policy. Yes or no. If doesn't have, then it will go and check the pattern based application. What type of pattern they are using to send the traffic, or the application pattern to send the traffic. Am I right?
Right. Absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah, and after that it's coming to look up the security policy which we are configuring it at that at the security. Am I right?
Right. Right. That's right. Right. So let's understand. Thanks, Ajay. So let's understand step by step. This is purely port 80 unencrypted traffic, means SSL encryption is not there. Plain text traffic or testing is going to happen. The first thing we are going to test is the antivirus. So what is the antivirus? I might be I might be assuming you all have the knowledge about the antivirus, because you all guys are using the antivirus, right, in your system. So if I want to uh, like understand the antivirus, that means virus is something, it's the kind of the, you have like the physical problem, sometimes we infected by the disease like the viral, some dengue, some kind of the other fever, things such keep happening. So basically, our cells are get infected with the bad cells, or might be the bad viruses, okay, which are just destroy our all body immune systems. And again, to kill them, we have to use some medicines. So that is known as an antivirus. Anti-medicine means they are going to kill. So we take the medicines for the fever and other things, and then finally, once they fully kill from the body, then you are going to be recover. Similar thing is going to happen in the your networking and security world. So antivirus is a just someone is trying to inject some bad things your network infrastructure, which might be your server, which might be your computer, which might be your entire LAN infrastructure. So once those files are going to be entered in your infrastructure, they are degrade your performance. They not going to do or not going to allow you to perform 100% with your potentials, and system will start like lacking, not behaving rightly and all. So what is the antivirus? So antivirus is the software program that is designed by the hackers, and this is just going to means the virus, we can see that, not antivirus. Virus is like the bad software program that is going to be come from the different source, and that is going to affect your systems, and by affecting your system they are like overall degrade your performance. So we have to design some antidote, likewise the medicine. So we have to create the antivirus. So what is the antivirus? So antivirus again a program or software that has been designed by the different firewall vendors, different endpoint security vendors, even Cisco also. Endpoint security is the your computer. Computer is endpoint security. Mobile is endpoint security. But if I want to protect your network, so that is the software that is integrated with the PAN OS, and that software was designed by the Palo Alto or Checkpoint or maybe the FortiGate or suppose ASA to detect and prevent and remove. To detect, prevent, and remove. Three, all things are going to be happen together. Any malicious software, means virus is also software, Antivirus is also software. Both have to fight together, and antivirus must win those fight. Else there is no benefit to installing the antivirus in your system. All right. So they will fight, and finally they will remove your malicious software, which is known as the malware, and that is for the any computer, any other digital devices. So virus have the different kind of the flavors, and malware is the one of them flavor. We can overall call the malware. Virus is like always known as the malware, and it includes that the virus, worms, trojans, ransomware, spyware, adware. These all are like the kind of the viruses and different program, bad program. Some are known as a virus, some are known as a malware, ransomware. They have some low version, high version, advanced version, ultra advanced version. So those are going to happen. So Palo Alto also having this antivirus feature. By leveraging this antivirus feature, you can basically create some kind of the production to scan and detect any kind of the file which is downloading from the internet. Any file I'm sending to the internet from my PC, even from my PC also. So they will analyze, the firewall is going to analyze, the firewall is going to understand, and if they find anything is wrong in your file, they are going to protect you. So real-time production, like the monitoring the your all transition activities, they are going to identify, they are going to block any malicious activities, they are going to remove those file, block, quarantine those file. Means if let's suppose you are infected with the COVID-19, so what do you mean quarantine? Means you are going to be isolated from the network, means isolated for the all human beings, so you are not going to infected your other peers, other colleagues. Similarly, in this section also, quarantine is also feature that we know about, like they are going to quarantine you for somewhere else. You are not going to affect other files, other programs, right? So this is like the feature of the antivirus, or it is that's the basic concept of virus and antivirus. I hope you guys understand about it. Okay. It's a pretty straightforward, but you should know about it. What is a virus? It's a common thing and it's a general things. Everyone should know about that, being IT people. Now the main concept is how it is going to be integrated in my Palo Alto firewall, and how it is going to help to prevent any kind of the malicious content which is coming from the internet and going to the internet from my network. How my Palo Alto is going to be help to protect those. So we have the feature that is the antivirus feature. And in this antivirus feature, you can see here, we have the different kind of the like the protocols. In these protocols, you can like use the HTTP protocols. You can see here, this is the HTTP, HTTP2 protocol, SMTP protocol, IMAP protocol, POP3 protocol, FTP protocol, SMB protocols. So anything I can use, and there are the options, signature option means inbuilt signature is there in the Palo Alto firewall. They have some action like default resets both source and destination. Some case they are going to give the alert. They're not going to block. And also we have the wildfire signature action, inline wildfire machine learning. What is the wildfire and what is the use case of the wildfire? We'll understand later stage. So, but for time being, in this policy, this is the default policy. If you want to delete, edit, it is not possible. It's a predefined policy. It can not be deleted. It cannot be edited. So let me try. If I just try to open this predefined policy in the Palo Alto for the antivirus, see, this is not have the any kind of the deletion options. You don't have to add any protocol. If I go to the signatures, we have the lot of signatures. You just have to put the threat ID. I'll show the signature how it is going to look like. So any threat ID, like any trojans is going to be introduced, any virus is going to, any malware is going to be introduced in the systems, or might be the internet world. So we have the CEB ID or threat ID. We have the one of the website that is threat bolt. So you go there, you can find for the Palo Alto especially. If you go and try to find the threat bolt, you are going to find, let's here is the threat bolt, Palo Alto. So you just have to go in this particular site. This is going to require official customer portal access, then you are going to access this thread bolt because it's just it's a premium tool for the Palo Alto. It's not accessible for the internet for the all. So by using, you can just find any Trojan, any virus threat ID, and you want to bypass, you want to give the exemptions, right? That is also possible. If any virus I want to not scan in my network, that is also doable. That is also can be do. But here we cannot reset, we cannot block anything. So default, if you are going to use, only any malicious content is going to come from the HTTP and HTTP2, then it is going to reset both, means your server and client communication is going to be reset. But if we have any kind of the SMTP, IMAP, we have any kind of the, let's suppose, FTP, SMB, those all traffic are going to be processed without any issue. Just we are going to get an alert. But we are very like the network cautious people. We don't want any kind of the, even the small or big virus should be processed my network. Simply I go here and add, and I just simply put here, just put the name antivirus profile. Simply I put the name is antivirus profile, and I can put the here. Now I am saying these kind of the protocols I have. So simply instead of the set word, I simply say drop. I'm very brutal in my nature. So I simply don't want anything should be processed as a virus. Simply like block, and it is going to be drop. Because we don't know what is the wildfire and what is the inline machine learning action. So we'll discuss later. I'll leave it as a default. Once we understand this wildfire concept, then you guys going to understand what is the meaning of the wildfire and how it is going to help you. So just hold you this thought. So this is your all the protocols for which if any virus is going to come, that your firewall is going to block. But let's say suppose you want any application have these viruses, you want to give some kind of the exceptions, like any application, then you can do the exception as well. There is no problem at all. The exception is available, you can do that. So I don't want to do any exception, like let's suppose any internal application, I don't want to check virus for that. So you can give the exception. Similarly, I want to give any kind of exception for any signature, threat ID base, well-known signature. I don't want to block certain virus threats ID. So that is also possible. We can just find the threat ID from where? By going on the threatboard websites. Once you go in the threatboard website, you just have to put your credentials. You have to find the virus signatures and threatboard ID. So this is going to require username and password, and then you can put the threat ID here. And this is also going to be blocked. So Palo Alto threat ID list. Just I'm trying to find any threat ID. Just show you how it is going to look like. So there's thread bolt here. So here you just have to go and you have to find. So it is redirected on the same portal. Let me try again here.
It starts from 80,001 something like
Yeah,
that.
you can see. Let's suppose this is
20 lakh something.
just we have different. They have the CV threat ID, something kind of the range. They have given the range. Okay, let me try. I don't think this is going to work, but let me try it. Okay, let me see. Okay, so you can see the range has been selected and the signature has been. No, sorry. Control V. Let me add it. So not adding. So I believe it is not going to work. So this is like unknown value. Let me try for the one. Yeah, see. So this has been added, threat ID. So 2000. So it's the backdoor win32 threads. So you want to exempt those signature, that is also possible. So this is how you can add this. Signature exemption is also going to happen. So you just have to find the ID. How you can find the ID? You just have to visit the thread vault, like the article is saying, previous one, this article, and just have to put the your application and thread that is going to give the name. Like you just have put, see here the example query, CB ID you have, signature ID you have, then going to get the thread value ID. So by using that, you can create that. I don't want this. So simply I'm going to say any kind of the application that should be blocked. That's done. So my profile has been created. Now I'm going on the window PC. Okay. And let me try to access the internet, and I have to check whether my internet is working or not. So let me go here. So I just want to access the real-time internet. And I'm trying to download free virus test file. So let me try to open it in different window. And basically you have to make sure the file you are trying to do right now, it's a not HTTPS packet. That should be the HTTP packet, because we don't have the SL decryption enabled. So we have to find a file which is non-HTTPS file. So let me see if we have anything. So these files are basically HTTPS files, see, SSL enabled protocol. So they are not going to be allow or block. So this is not going to help me. Let me see again. Earlier it was many files available, but now it's searching a file also very difficult for the HTTP. Let me see this one. So this is one of the files, see, HTTP based file, but I believe it is not going to open. Let me see. It's not going to open because this file has been removed for some reason. So let me go here.
Try on Git, sir. There is a great GitHub at the down.
Yeah, I'm just going. Let me try. Let me focus. I will find definitely. I have to do some research. Let me go one by one. This is the anti-malware test file. This is the test file. No. Let me see if I can find any things here. So this is also a test file. Okay, so you can see this is the one might be the HTTP. So I can click on HTTP. See, this is the one of the file. So it is downloading or what? It is trying, but yeah, here we have, see, so this is the anti-malware. Now we have the file. So let's suppose this is file, the HTTP file. So let me download this file. So you can see this URL not found. Let me try some other URL. Let me try this one. This is also not found. This is try zip. This is also not found. But they are just a HTTP test file. We'll see at least the URL is trying to open. And these are the virus.
No, don't go on Wikipedia.
Hmm?
Don't go on Wikipedia. It will download actual virus.
Yeah, I'm not going there. Let me see in this file we have definitely will find something. This is the SSL, these are the SSL. See, SL we have a lot of files, but HTTPS, just HTTPS like the very less files are available on the internet even. Earlier we have the list of the files, but they all removed from the internet. No worry, we'll try to see. This is the SSL. Let me go. So right now, this firewall is not going to protect me for any kind of the virus. But we have to see whether my firewall is blocking virus or not by just testing the different files just for the HTTP, because right now my traffic is processing via the firewall, and that traffic is based on the HTTP and HTTPS. But only my firewall is going to protect those kind of the traffic which is inside of the HTTP packet, because it's the unencrypted packet, right? So we have to make sure my firewall should understand and take some action. So we have to create the policy. We already have the policy. We created our object, and that is the antivirus object. And in this object, I am saying that any kind of the virus is coming. It's the FTP virus. It's like the SMTP virus. It's kind of the HTTP virus or HTTP, yes, virus, everything is going to be like protected by default, right? Drop. So if I'm going in the policy again, let me go here, the trust to untrust policy. And here I have to go in the action. I have to enable the profile. And this is my antivirus profile. Call, like, okay, close, and simply I'll commit it here. Done. This is done. So just wait for a while. Okay. And in this monitor section, we have the thread section. You can see. So right now in this thread section, we don't have anything here to just show like whether file is blocking or not. But once we try to download the HTTP file, and that is the malicious impacted file, that logs is also going to be available here. And at the same time, the browser is also going to show it's a virus file. So let me try with this particular test file. This is the HTTP. Let me click on this particular zip file. And this is not working. So I believe it is not going to. Let me try this one again. And see, this has been blocked. So this is working. This is a virus file. It is trying, and this has been blocked by your firewall. And how it can be proved this has been blocked by the firewall? You have to go in the policy. Somehow we find, we are lucky, and you just check the logs here. It is going to show you, see, your traffic is coming from this source going to this destination on port 80. This is your web browsing traffic and port 80, not 443. And this is the region, it's a severity is medium, and this is action is drop. Okay. And this is the file name, eicr.com. So this is clearly showing this is a virus. And because of the virus policy you have configured, and that's why it's a getting blocked. Clear? It has been like tested now. Anyone have any other questions? Let me know.
What
But
would be the live scenarios are in this case when we are working on a production network? They have some specific templates or
no,
the
nothing.
applications?
You just have to go and enable this particular just the best practices, right? Okay,
Yes,
that
yes, but
you want to understand the best practices. Okay, let me show you the
yes.
best practices. That's a good question. Okay, what is the best practices? Let me show you. I have some. You guys let me know if you find the best practices document for best practice security policy. Yeah, cyber security for the practice reporting. We have some best practices document as well.
It's down. Security profile best practice. Just above this, where the blue line is.
Here is. Yeah, that's a good question. So we have the official documentation by the Palo Alto. If anything you want to do like any firewall and all, so we have the recommendation as well. So some cases, right? Let me go down. SaaS application. I'm using the MacBook. This is not giving the course content window it was giving. I don't know recently, so I need to fix it first. There is all action for the best practices as well. Let me see best practice.
Try with the name of antivirus with the keyword of to search with the antivirus.
Let me try antivirus. See, here is right. So best practice internet gateway antivirus profile, right? So it is showing that clone the default one, right? We have done the same thing. Clone the default one because you don't need to use the default one. Default one have some like the very basic kind of the protection. So it's showing the clone the default one. So if I go in my particular scenario, so we have done the same thing. We just clone the default policy, means we created the new one. You can clone it by using, you can clone it, or you can create the new one. So I believe we clone or created, I don't know. I believe we clone it or created new one.
I think cloned.
I cloned, right?
Cloned.
So I did the same thing, right? So first thing they did, clone that, and antivirus file has decoded in the decoder that detect the prevent the viruses malware from being the transfer over the 6 protocol. These are the 6 protocol, right? You can set wildfire action for the all 6 action protocols, right? But for wildfire, you have to wildfire license. Okay. If you don't have the wildfire license, you cannot enable it. Antivirus profile also enforce the action based on the wildfire signature. That is a real term. So we'll discuss what is the wildfire. Configure the clone based practice antivirus, prefer the reset both and the client for the server for the all 6 protocol in action, and then attach the profile. This is the best practice. So instead of a deny, you can just clone them, and means clone them. And after cloning, what do you have to do that? Where it is? Let me go.
Reset the client and server action.
Instead of this drop, you can use the reset both client and server. So reset both, you can use either one. So this is the best practice, but drop is the same meaning. Reset is a like end goal. It's like both connection is going to be reset. Drop is simply drop by the firewall. Okay. So meaning is the same. So either you can use the drop. Majorly people use the drop. Meaning is same, just slightly different in the term of the terminating the connections. Drop firewall itself is going to drop the traffic, but in the reset both, the session is going to reset from the client end and the server end. Okay.
It is not good.
Yeah, please go ahead. Ask.
It is not going to create the session at the layer 4 level, right?
Yes, definitely. At the session of the protocol and port, right, which is going to in a picture, that is going to be terminated itself. So it is not going to do any kind of things. Once they are going to find the content which is coming from the firewall and going from the firewall have the virus, they will not allow to make the any kind of the full session communication. So this is the best practice. You guys can search it. You're going to find it for a different policy. We have the best practices, and it is going to work in this way. All right, is everyone clear about this? How the virus has been done, how it is blocked?
Yes, sir.
Shall we move the next?
Yes, sir.
Okay. let me where it is the how can I stop the live session event?
One second, sir. Sorry, in case any virus is presented in Excel file or Word document, so how it will be